Good evening, saints of God. Good evening. This is Pastor Hermion. And this evening, I want to come to you and I want to talk to you about the vagabond spirit. This spirit is prevalent, and so many people don't understand it and really don't know what's going on in their lives. They're just roaming to and fro, going nowhere in their lives. The Hebrew word for vagabond means a person without a permanent home, who moves from place to place, a vagrant, a wanderer, a tramp, or a prostitute, a person who gets intimate with many but stays with none, someone who is irregular, someone contrary to rules, someone who is rebellious. They have a problem accepting orders or general practice, departing from the usual pattern, not belonging to a permanent place or state. They have a problem with organized military force. The word vagabond also means to move to and fro, to take flight at a moment's notice, to waver, or to be a runabout. These are evil spirits permitted by God, cause one to be a fugitive, wandering from place to place, and that place could be the workplace, that place could be ministry, from ministry to ministry, that place could be from house to house, relationship, like I said before, to relationship. This spirit is also responsible for lack of ability to discover oneself. Because if there's no stability, you can never discover yourself. Tonight, I'm going to read some scriptures for you. And the first one is 1 Kings 22:19 to 23. And you have to bear with me a little as I find these scriptures. And I'll be reading from the Contemporary English Version. Micaiah replied, "Listen to this. I also saw the Lord seated on his throne with every creature in heaven gathered around him." The Lord asked, "Who can trick Ahab and make him go to Ramah, where he would be killed?" They talked about it for a while. Then finally, a spirit came forward and said to the Lord, "I can trick Ahab." "How?" the Lord asked. "I'll make Ahab's prophet lie to him." So what happens is the spirit is running to and fro because we're tricked, they're deceived. The spirit of deception comes on. They can never find themselves. They can never find stability in their lives. They lack trust. They have no trust. They're unable to trust others. And they'll hear certain things, but they're not sure. God will give them answers, but yet still they're deceived because they don't want to follow instructions or directions. People under attack always fail to find favor with people. They frustrate every business venture in their location to cause them to move. They frustrate relationships with others because of that. The same redundant conversations, the same redundant behaviors. Their finances are under the firm grip of their extortionists, causing them to sweat more and produce less. Because if it's no sense of direction, if you can't hear or you can't adhere to the voice of God, everything that you do will become redundant. It's like you're wasting your time. You're producing and not seeing anything. They originate with God's permission in the life of Cain. They can also be attracted with the name given to you. Cain means acquisition. Therefore, acquiring wealth was the most important thing to Cain. Get ready to read Genesis 4, 1-12. And I want to read the CD version because a lot of people, I want them to get understanding and clarity. Because a lot of times you read the King James and people are confused. They don't even understand or know what they're reading. So sometimes you have to read other versions of the Bible to get clarity. Like I said, Genesis chapter 4, 1-12. Adam and Eve had a son. Then Eve said, I'll name him Cain because I got him with the help of the Lord. Later, she had another son and named him Abel. Abel became a sheep farmer, but Cain farmed the land. One day, Cain gave part of his harvest to the Lord, and Abel also gave an offering to the Lord. He killed the firstborn lamb from one of his sheep and gave the Lord the best part of it. The Lord was pleased with Abel and his offering, but not with Cain and his offering. This made Cain so angry that he could not hide his feelings. The Lord said to Cain, what's wrong with you? Why do you have such an anger? Look on your face. If you had done the right thing, you would be smiling. But you did the wrong thing. And now, sin is waiting to attack you like a lion. Sin wants to destroy you, but don't let it. Cain said to his brother Abel, let's go for a walk. And when they were out in the field, Cain killed him. Afterwards, the Lord asked Cain, where is Abel? How should I know? He answered. Am I supposed to look after my brother? Then the Lord said, why have you done this terrible thing? You killed your own brother and his blood flows onto the ground. Now his blood is calling out for me to punish you. And so I'll go put you under a curse. Because you killed Abel and made his blood run out on the ground, you will never be able to farm the land again. If you try to farm the land, it won't produce anything for you. From now on, you will be without a home. You will spend the rest of your life wandering from place to place. I'm going to go on to read up to the 15th chapter. This punishment is too hard, Cain said. You're making me leave my home and live far from you. I will have to wander about without a home, and just anyone could kill me. Verse 15. No, the Lord answered, anyone who kills you will be punished 7 times worse than I am punishing you. So the Lord put a mark on Cain to warn everyone not to kill him. But Cain had to go from the Lord and live in the land of, in the King James Bible, it's called Nod. In this Bible, it's called the land of wandering, which is east of Eden. The main cause of this attraction is greed, an inordinate ambition to get wealth. Sometimes it's not even wealth alone, it's just jealousy, envy, that covet spirit. He was covetous of his brother. Based on greed, Cain thought that acquiring the entire world was twice as good as owning half the world. This intention to seize everything was subject of his decision, which led Abel rejected. Greed will always lead you to crime and criminal activity. You will lack patience to achieve your dreams, which attracts these demonic spirits. Divine punishment always fits a crime with divine precision. In the case of Cain, death sentence was not appropriate. Instead, he wandered and wandered and wandered and wandered, just roaming to and fro because of his disobedience, because of his rebellion. This spirit causes rebellion. It causes death, spiritual and natural death. It causes lack, insufficiency, a sense of stagnancy, a sense of selfishness. Because it's like you're fighting for yourself. You can't even consider anyone else, because your thing is, where am I going to live? Where am I going to sleep? Where am I going to eat? I have to get this. I have to do this. I have to do this for my children. I have to do this for myself. I have to do this. It's all about you, not caring about anyone else or anyone else's feelings. You can own the whole world, but you will plant and never have a harvest because you won't have the patience to wait for it. When you're impatient, you're running all over. You want to get to the top quickly, not getting understanding, not getting knowledge, not getting wisdom, not getting insight. But we're to operate. Genesis 4:12 says, if you try to farm the land, it won't produce anything for you. From now on, you'll be without a home. You will spend the rest of your life wandering from place to place. This was the curse that God placed on Cain for killing his brother. This is to showcase that wealth comes from interacting with others, cooperating and networking with other people, not killing them, not destroying them, not destroying relationships. God has placed people around you to build, but because of selfishness, because you're selfless, it has to always be about you, no one else. You can't see the bigger picture because you've always been that way. It's all about you. You have to overcome them. Is to learn that patience is required to learn how to work with other people. Jealousy kills relationships. Envy kills relationships. Being covetous kills relationships. Never be jealous of another man's prosperity. Never be jealous of another man's blessings, another man's gifts, another man's talent, another man's wife. Anything God has blessed someone with, never be jealous of that. That's the best way to avoid that vagabond spirit. When you're jealous, you're coveted, you're envious. You just want what others have. And you're chasing after the wrong things instead of asking God, what is it that you have for me? What is it that you want me to do? You have to ask God to deliver you. You have to ask God to show you yourself. Because a lot of times we can't see ourselves. We're seeing everyone else's flaws and faults. And not seeing that we have a problem. When we deal with ourselves, the Bible says, so a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So you're always thinking wicked things of a person. This is you. That's who you are. God don't condemn, we do. Men do. You have to ask God to deliver you. You have to know that this is a stronghold that keeps you stagnant. And it has to be destroyed. It can't stay there. Because if not, you're not going to bear fruit. You're running up and down. You're confused. You're lost. A lot of times, people, they want fast food. Going from one YouTube video to another YouTube video. You know, getting nips and pieces of a thing and not understanding spirits are transferable. You don't even know the person behind the video. You don't know what they struggle with. And you're putting these things in your spirit. Because there's now a sense of competition. You have to ask God for the power and to lead you in a